He is known for revolutionizing economic thinking and challenging neoclassical economics. He is recognized for developing Keynesian economics and its various offshoots. He is John Maynard Keynes. In the early 20th century, a brilliant mind emerged from the halls of Cambridge University. John Maynard Keynes, a mathematician turned economist and philosopher, would go on to challenge the established ideas of neoclassical economics and reshape the world of macroeconomics. Inspired by the Great Depression of the 1930s, Keynes introduced a revolutionary concept that would save capitalism from collapse. Keynes's journey began in Cambridge, where he immersed himself in the study of mathematics. However, it was during the turbulent times of the Great Depression that his true calling emerged. Keynes vehemently disagreed with the prevailing notion that free markets would naturally provide full employment. Instead, he argued that it was aggregate demand that determined economic activity and that inadequate demand could lead to prolonged periods of high unemployment. In 1936, Keynes published his magnum opus, The General Theory of Employment, Interest and Money, which brought his ideas to the forefront of economic thought. Governments around the world recognized the urgency of Keynes's message and began adopting his policy recommendations, using fiscal and monetary strategies to mitigate the adverse effects of economic recessions and depressions. Keynes's radical idea that governments should spend money they don't have became a cornerstone of his philosophy. It would ultimately save capitalism by averting the collapse of economies and lead to the establishment of international economic institutions after World War II. Time magazine later recognized the profound impact of Keynes's ideas, stating that they may have single-handedly saved capitalism. Today, Keynes is regarded as one of the most influential economists of the 20th century. His theories, known as Keynesian economics, continue to shape economic policies and serve as the foundation for mainstream macroeconomics. In the face of the global financial crisis of 2007 to 2008, Keynes's ideas experienced a resurgence and guided the response of world leaders, including President Barack Obama and Prime Minister Gordon Brown. John Maynard Keynes, the man who dared to question the status quo, forever altered the economic landscape with his profound insights and unyielding belief in the power of government intervention. His philosophies continue to spark debates and influence economic policy, solidifying Keynes's legacy as one of Britain's most famous economists of the 20th century. John Maynard Keynes, born into an upper-middle-class family in Cambridge, England, had a privileged childhood. His parents, John Neville Keynes and Florence Ada Keynes, were loving and supportive, providing him with the necessary resources and guidance to excel in his education. From a young age, Keynes displayed a talent for arithmetic, receiving expert coaching from his father to help him pass his scholarship exams. In 1897, Keynes won a King's Scholarship to Eton College, where his scholarly abilities shone through in a wide range of subjects, particularly mathematics, classics, and history. It was during his time at Eton that Keynes experienced his first love, developing a deep connection with Dan Macmillan, the older brother of future Prime Minister Harold Macmillan. Despite his middle-class background, Keynes effortlessly mingled with upper-class pupils, showcasing his intellectual prowess. Upon leaving Eton in 1902, Keynes embarked on his studies at King's College, Cambridge, where he initially intended to pursue philosophy, particularly the ethical system of G.E. Moore. However, influenced by renowned economist Alfred Marshall, Keynes was eventually convinced to delve into the study of economics. He also actively engaged in various extracurricular activities, becoming the president of the Cambridge Union Society and Cambridge University Liberal Club. In May 1904, Keynes received a first-class BA in mathematics, demonstrating his exceptional aptitude in the subject. Although he had only received a formal education in economics for one term, Keynes's intellect and eagerness to learn motivated him to attend economics lectures informally as a graduate student. During this time, he also took civil service exams, further expanding his knowledge and understanding of the world. Keynes's early life experiences greatly influenced his intellectual and philosophical outlook. He possessed an unwavering confidence in his ability to find solutions to any problem he encountered, maintaining a lasting faith in the capacity of government officials to create positive change. This optimism stemmed not only from his personal attributes but also from the cultural context in which he was raised. Being part of the last generation raised by a powerful empire, Keynes's optimism was grounded in the belief that Britain's cultural unity, prevailing from the 19th century until the end of World War I, provided a solid foundation for addressing practical problems. This cultural unity allowed well-educated individuals like Keynes to draw from various spheres of knowledge and confidently approach complex issues in economics and beyond. In October 1906, John Maynard Keynes embarked on a new chapter in his life by starting his career as a civil servant at the India Office. As a young clerk, he found the work initially intriguing, but as time went on, a sense of boredom began to settle in. Realizing that his true passion lay elsewhere, Keynes made a pivotal decision that would shape the course of his future. In 1908, Keynes made the bold choice to resign from his position and return to Cambridge. He was determined to delve deeper into the realm of economics, focusing specifically on probability theory. To support his academic pursuits, Keynes secured a lectureship in economics, generously funded by prominent economists Alfred Marshall and Arthur Pigou. This opportunity not only provided him with the means to pursue his studies but also led to his appointment as a Fellow of King's College in 1909. With his career gaining momentum, Keynes made his first mark in the world of economics with the publication of his inaugural professional article in the Economic Journal. This groundbreaking piece examined the impact of a global economic downturn on India, showcasing Keynes's ability to apply economic theory to real-world situations. Additionally, he founded the Political Economy Club, a platform for intellectual exchange and discussion. Keen to share his knowledge and expertise, Keynes took on pupils for private tuition, further enhancing his stature and financial standing. This allowed him to immerse himself fully in his passion for economics and continue to explore new ideas and theories. Recognition of Keynes's talent grew, and in 1911, he was appointed as the editor of the Economic Journal. As his reputation solidified, he published his first book in 1913, titled Indian Currency in Finance. This work not only demonstrated his expertise on the subject but also led to his appointment to the prestigious Royal Commission on Indian Currency and Finance. Here, Keynes showcased his remarkable ability to apply economic theory to real-world problems. While Keynes's written work was published under the name J.M. Keynes, he was known affectionately to his family and friends as Maynard. His career was just beginning to blossom, and his contributions to the field of economics would go on to shape the way we understand and navigate economic challenges. John Maynard Keynes, renowned economist and philosopher, found himself in the midst of the chaos and turmoil of the First World War. The British government recognized his expertise and called upon his assistance during these trying times. While Keynes did not formally rejoin the civil service, his skills were invaluable, leading him to travel to London just days before the hostilities erupted. The government sought Keynes's advice on a pressing matter, the suspension of specie payments. However, Keynes, with his astute understanding of economic consequences, convinced the Chancellor of the Exchequer that this would harm the city's future reputation. His persuasive arguments prevented the premature suspension of payments, safeguarding the integrity of the financial system. Impressed by his abilities, Keynes was offered an official government position at the Treasury in January 1915. His duties included designing credit terms between Britain and its continental allies during the war, as well as acquiring scarce currencies. Keynes's nerve and mastery in performing these tasks soon gained him a legendary reputation. One particular incident showcased Keynes's daring approach. He managed to gather a small supply of Spanish pesetas, much to the delight of the Treasury Secretary. However, instead of providing a temporary solution, Keynes decided to break the market by selling all the pesetas. His boldness paid off, as the pesetas became less scarce and expensive, benefiting the British government's financial objectives. As military conscription was introduced in 1916, Keynes, true to his convictions, applied for exemption as a conscientious objector. His request was conditionally granted, allowing him to continue his government work. In recognition of his contributions, Keynes was appointed Companion of the Order of the Bath in the 1917 King's Birthday Honours. However, it was his appointment as the financial representative for the Treasury to the 1919 Versailles Peace Conference that truly marked a turning point in Keynes's life and career. This opportunity had a profound impact on him, as he witnessed firsthand the consequences of economic decisions on a global scale. Keynes's role in shaping the post-war world would become one of his most significant legacies.